Hello everyone, my name is Dutchy, welcome to RPG Labs, and let's get into this video. Alright, so today we shall be talking about Overwatch 2. Well, more specifically, all the new things that will be coming out with Overwatch 2. Because it's been so long since the initial, launch trailer and everything like that, I was thinking it might be nice to make a refresh video so we can sort of, remember everything that is new in Overwatch 2 that we can look forward to, especially with the beta just around the corner. Alright, well, without further ado, let's get into it. The first thing we shall be talking about is new heroes and new hero speculation. Alright, let's start off with Sojourn. Sojourn is a Canadian hero that will be added to the roster very shortly. This is the only main confirmed hero that will be in the game, and she seems pretty interesting so far. Alright, so we don't know an awful lot about this character. In fact, some of her abilities haven't been shown yet, but we do know about a few, which includes her gun. Her primary fire is just a full-on automatic rifle that allows her to do a decent amount of damage. But that's not her main damage output. Her main damage output will be with her secondary fire, which allows you to shoot a railgun blast straight towards your enemies, dealing a lot of damage. Now, in order to balance this weapon out, they have made it that you actually need to charge your ability by hitting enemies or hitting enemy shields with your main shots, but then your secondary ability will be charged over time. Now, you can actually charge this partly and shoot it while it's not fully loaded, which means it won't do as much damage, but sometimes it might be handy just to finish off a character that is really low on health. But not quite there yet for you to finish them off with a normal few hits. Now, her ultimate basically allows her to charge her secondary extremely fast, without actually having to hit anyone with her primary fire, so you can basically spam the secondary fire as much as you want. Think about this as a fully charged Widow shot that you can just spam. Alright, now let's move on to some of the other abilities. Now, some of the other abilities are a bit more speculative because, well, we don't exactly know what we have over here. Okay, so this ability right here on the left, I believe will be a slide that you can easily get around the map with. Most likely you'll also will be able to shoot with this ability at the same time while you're sliding. One thing I'm also kind of speculating is that you'll be able to jump straight away after this slide and to midair. That would actually be kind of cool, and you'll be able to rain down some death from above. Now, this next ability I have a feeling might be either a pool style weapon like Orisa or maybe some sort of grenade like Junkrat nades. But that's all I can really come up with at the moment. But anyway, it'd be very interesting to see her when she actually launches in the beta. Alright, now we move on to the Mecha Squad. The Mecha Squad will definitely join the game, 100%. I got no doubt in my mind that this will happen. Now, I do think that they'll probably release one or two on launch day or even with the beta, but I think that the others will slowly roll out over the lifetime of Overwatch 2. I also believe that they will be categorized in every class, from tank to healer to DPS. So I'll be very curious to see what all their abilities are. I'd assume they will be a little bit similar to D.Va, but still their own thing. I will also kind of be curious if they'll be able to jump out of a mecha suit like D.Va does when it gets destroyed and be able to run around with a gun. That would kind of be cool if they have like a whole little squad that can do that. Alright, now let's move on to the Junker Queen. The Junker Queen is definitely gonna have to be in the game at one point. I'm not too sure if it will be there in launch. I hope it will be, because the Junker Queen sounds bloody awesome. And she will also dominate, because I feel like she will be a DPS that is gonna be melee or close range oriented. At least in my opinion, that makes the most sense for her. She needs to be one of those characters that can literally get up in your face and just destroy you. Alright, now let's talk about the second subject of the video, which will be maps. Now, there will be around about 7 new maps. There could be more, hopefully. That would be really nice, but that they have not announced yet. But let's start off with New York. Now, New York is going to be a hybrid map, which means you will be pushing the payload, but you will also be capturing a point. Now, I'm really looking forward to this map because I quite like hybrid maps like King's Row or Eichenwald. They are definitely one of my favorite maps in the game. Alright, now let's move on to Rio de Janeiro. Now, Rio de Janeiro is quite a nice looking map, and it also has some pretty interesting changes when you go through the map. Now, for example, at the beginning it's quite a nice little choke area, while this second little area is beautiful for getting high grounds and getting some snipes off from long distances, for example. I'm just excited to see a lot of these maps because, well, we haven't really gotten anything like this in a long time in Overwatch 1, and it just looks beautiful at the moment. There's also this beautiful inside part, which is basically a place where Lucio used to play like gigs and stuff like that, so hey, that's pretty cool. Now let's move on to beautiful Rome. I mean, this is one of the maps that everything's just gorgeous on it. Look at all of this. You got the Colosseum right there. It's a perfectly symmetrical map, and this is also one of the new push game mode maps, which is a mode where you gotta push a robot to push another object. It's a lot of pushing. So basically, in short, your robot has to push a barrier all the way to the end for your team to win. But the enemy team has to do the same thing by pushing the robots to push the barrier all the way to the end. Now, once you've pushed the barrier a certain amount of way, the barrier doesn't actually go back or anything like that. So you don't have to worry about that the barrier will go back. It's only the robot that goes back and forth. Now, if you are destroying the enemy team, even though they've pushed it quite a bit towards your end, this means that the robot will sprint over faster to the other location to, well, push it back. Now, Toronto is also one of the new push maps. It is basically symmetrical, just like the other one, and it has the exact same game mode, so don't have to explain that too much. This one is set in Canada, and it also looks damn gorgeous. I mean, just damn, look at this map, man. All of these maps, they're bloody beautiful in my opinion. I really have to say I can't complain about it. I can definitely complain that there hasn't been any Overwatch 1 maps in a long while, but I can't complain of how good these maps look. Now we move to Monte Carlo. Monte Carlo will be a straight escort map, and what it also looks like is that it's gonna be Formula 1 themed. And, well, the whole map itself looks beautiful, gorgeous, and just a very rich aesthetic in general. This map will be quite interesting just because most of it looks like long lanes and stuff like that, so I definitely recommend Ashe or Widowmaker or any long range characters will probably be pretty damn strong with this one. Towards the end of the map, you will definitely see a lot more corridors and things like that, and corners around everywhere that you can take a lot more cover behind, so maybe someone like Junkrat would be a little bit better. But I also still think that long range characters will be pretty damn good on this because the line of sight will be damn good through these corridors anyway. Okay, so for these next two maps, we don't really have too much gameplay or anything like that from it. So I will just be showing you guys some quick pictures. Now, Gothenburg, Sweden will be definitely a map. I'm not too sure what game mode this will be. It looked like it could be a 2CP map, but I'm kind of speculating it might not be just because, well, it's 2CP and 2CP is kind of getting kicked out of Overwatch 2. So yeah, I'm thinking it might be a different map. Now there's also another map called India. Now India will be probably similar to the last one. I'm not 100% sure what kind of game mode it will be, but it kind of looks like it might also be a 2CP map, but I don't think it will be. Just the look of it looks like a 2CP map, that's all I'm really saying. Alright, now we also have to talk about reworks and abilities. Now I'm going to actually just be briefly talking about this. I'm just gonna be talking about the tanks, the DPS, and the healers' quick changes. Because I think that when the beta actually comes out, everything's going to change again. And, well, I don't think it's really worth talking about it if it's about to be changed once more. But the main thing you'll need to watch out for is that DPS characters will have a increased movement speed. The tanks will have a decrease in ult charge when you hit them. And they will also have a knockback reduced. So if you are a knockback character, let's say like Lucio with his boop, you will not be able to boop a tank as far as you used to be able to. Now healers will gain a passive heal, sort of like what Mercy has. So Mercy has this ability where she can passively heal over time, which is really handy, but now everybody else will get that. So technically Mercy is getting a little bit of a nerf. And well, there's also a bunch of other reworks, like for example Doomfist will be a tank right now, but yeah, there's also just a lot of other ones. But I don't really want to talk about that because I feel like there's going to be a lot of switching around, and well, we'll just see what happens when the beta comes out. I think it's better to talk about it when that actually happens. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. It's just a brief thing about everything we know about Overwatch 2, and well, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, maybe leave a like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, and hey, maybe come jam some Overwatch 2 with us when the beta releases, or even when the full game releases, because I know I will be playing it a ton. I used to be a Diamond/Master on PS4, so, well, you know, I really want to get into this. I'm also a PC player now, so I really want to see what skills I can have on PC compared to the PS4. Alright, but anyway, you guys all have a good one, and I'll catch you later. Bye!
Does this mean Overwatch is back?
Yes. Yes, we are.